Hello everyone, I am Richa Sera, Editor-in-Chief Responsible Hospitals. I would like to welcome all of you to our Insta Live session. I hope you all can hear me right now and I am audible and quite visible too. So today's session is all about the babies. I'm sure babies, the subject which comes in becomes very sensitive because we talk about the eating habits, we talk about the nutritionists. There are so many things which we need to really work on, we need to talk about. So today's topic is more about eating habits of babies. We will be talking about two parts of the eating habits. One is 0 to 6 months and the other part is going forward when they become a toddler. So I would be adding Dr. Deepti Tiwari with me, who is a nutritionist and a dietitian, will be live with me and will be taking a lot of questions about the baby's health and diet. Yeah, just a second, guys. I will try to add her. Hi, Dr. Deepti. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing good. Great to have you here once again, Deepti.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So because I was actually getting a lot of queries related to baby eating habits, and a lot of mothers wanted me to do it on that topic. So I thought you could be the right person to do it. So it's pleasure having you once again.
And this is actually the topic which is very important because what I believe is that it is nutrition is starting at the early stage is very
Absolutely.
important. You know, the moment we say at 40 that you have to change your habits, actually the all damage has been done. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
So well, this is the topic of the day, Dr. Deepti, because as you know that this is the pain point of each mother these days. That what to give them, how frequently to give them, what is right, what is wrong. So a lot of confusions and opinions about it. I think it's better to have the right discussion over here, and maybe that will help a number of mothers now. So starting with we will have a different two parts of it. The first one will be focusing more on the babies, like who are just starting on the solids, like 6 months onward, I would say. So what do you suggest? Let's start with it. Let's start with, what could be the starting food ideas you think they should be giving it to their, the babies, basically.
What I feel is that the moment the parents think that the baby can sit, can hold their head, and they can swallow. That is the time when we start complementary feed to the baby. And initially, we always start with one feed per day. They should not rush into that. The doctor has said, ki, okay, fine, now we can go for the complementary feed, and they feel like, ki, let's give everything in a day. No.
True.
He is used to of having a breastfeed or the formula feed, whatever they were having. So ensure that it is one feed which is actually properly pureed.
Okay.
The moment it comes into their mouth, it should not be it should not be sticky at all. They can easily swallow it up, and it should not be that much watery that they can have a problem in swallowing. Very liquidy also is not needed, and it should not be thick or sticky. So it can be pureed rice and dal. It could be apple stew, which is pureed. But I mean, I always prefer start with rice.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the pureed rice, and sometimes next day feed, you can start pureed rice with some apple, boil it, mash it, and then give it. And start feeding in a way that, the kids should understand the feeding time.
Okay.
So for a week, start the first feed at say 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, start at 12 o'clock, and in the evening, somewhere around 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Then next week, start from 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So kids also actually understand that, okay, this is the time when I will be getting something different, and they will be readily accepting it. The moment we start going into 7th and 8th month,
Mm-hmm.
then we can start with the variety. then we can have 4 to 5 feeds along with, the breastfeed 2 to 3 times.
Okay.
So it all depends upon how well your kid, accepts the feed. So gradually we will reduce the breastfeed and increase the complementary feed.
Sure, sure. So, since that's again a point, what to give them initially, and you have already given us some few options about, what all can be given. Again, this is a very big, I would say, big menu which is being decided by a lot of other people saying carrot could be a good option, or let's say apple is a good option, or oats is a good option. So, do you think we should also be varying about, one day we can give them oats, the other day we can give protein diet? Should we wear it like that, or in a day it should be a combination?
So see, the way we say for the adults also that it has to be a balanced diet in a whole day. So our target would be that after a month, we will be trying gradually a new food every week. After a month, one feed should be of a carbohydrate like a rice, like oats or something like that. Other feed should be of, some dal, or if a person is a non-vegetarian, can also give chicken or things like that. And other feed would be of a fruit.
Okay.
Right? So fruit and vegetables. So we have to actually, in a whole day, the moment the kid comes up to 9th month of the age, the target is that we have to give them at least 1 serving of lentils or chicken, 1 serving of fruit, 1 serving of vegetables, and 2 to 3 servings of cereals. Cereals could be ragi, oats, dalia, suji, rice, whatever. But always try that post 8 months only we have to introduce wheat, eggs, and nuts. Because what happens is that our kids' intestines are not fully developed. And if we will introduce wheat or nuts at a very early stage, then there can be an allergy later on. Right?
Okay.
So we will introduce eggs, all types of wheat wala products, and nuts and seeds after 8 months.
Okay. Okay.
Rest, whatever healthy. One day carrot, one day beetroot, beans, sweet potatoes, whatever. Variety is the key. And if your kid is, if you're really lucky and your kid is eating everything, try everything.
Right, right. And are you also saying, let's suppose the kid rejects, let's say, one thing. Do you think they should keep on trying and
So the
exercise to best?
minimum amount we say 15 to 18 times we should introduce the same food. Basically, what happens is that when it comes to infants, 9 months, 10 months, they usually have it in twice or thrice attempt. It happens with the post 1 year that kids refuse more constantly. I don't want to eat this and that. But then also keep on changing the presentation. Any food if you want to get, if they are not eating in a one particular form, change the form, but introduce after every week.
True, because what happens usually, they try 3-4 times and then they decide my kid
doesn't have it. Yeah.
And then they do not serve it because they want them to eat it. And
but I would say that there is also one thing which I would add on to it, that whenever you are introducing a new food, kids see your expressions actually, So this is one thing which I say while preparing, make your kids sit with you. And do things which he or she finds that mama is preparing something nice for me. And then have a spoon before giving it to him and make a face that, it's
you
too
just
yummy.
loved it.
Yeah, you loved it. And I would say that 80% of the time, kid will definitely have it.
Right. So they see your expression that you are enjoying it and they would want to try it.
Yeah, kids always prefer having anything which, the parents enjoy having.
True.
So this is the way you can introduce.
Sure. So, my another question is, because these days lot of ready materials which are coming in, like, ready-made
Uh,
ragis, ready-made oats and dalia. They just need a boiled water and they are ready to eat. Do you think those are also the options that somebody should prefer?
I would say, I mean, straight away, I cannot say no, that's fine. You should always make a home cooked meal because I've seen mothers who are working from 9 to 8 and they don't
Mhm.
get time. And when they get
Right.
time, they, make something which is in a hurry. And that is
Mhm.
actually not nutrient dense.
Mhm.
Anyway, I would say if you are planning a diet for your baby and cooking it at home is always preferred to the packaged thing. But nutrients at the age of 1, 3, or infant also is very, very important. So don't rush onto things in case you're not able to prepare. Then definitely they are all fortified with iron, DHA, folic, and you can give them I mean, it is basically what your schedule is.
Sure, sure.
Always preferred ghar wala, but then if it is not possible, then that is also
Obviously.
not that bad. You can have it
Also,
instead
the
of
Cerelac
giving.
and all, kabhi
Yeah,
kabhi we can.
कभी कभी दे सकते हैं if we don't have time. Instead of it, अगर हम कुछ ऐसा दे रहे हैं जिसमें बिल्कुल ही न्यूट्रिशन नहीं है, लाइक हमने एक ग्लास दूध पिला दिया एक्स्ट्रा,
The
या
easiest.
हमने हमने इजीएस्ट उसे ब्रेड बटर दे दिया, या मैश करके बस थोड़ा सा जिसमें सिर्फ कार्ब्स हैं और कुछ भी नहीं है, बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव
Mhm.
टाइम, देन एट दैट टाइम दीज थिंग्स आर ओके. बट यस,
Mhm.
ऑफ कोर्स, अगर हम वेल थॉट फूड फ्रॉम होम इज ऑलवेज बेटर, बट इट
True,
ऑल
true.
डिपेंड्स ऑन योर रूटीन ऑल्सो.
Sure. Also, my last question about that category is, do you think the salt and sugar thing, which is again an opinion of the old mothers, they like we used to give, give salt and sugar, but nowadays everybody says till 1 year you cannot give salt and sugar. Does that also makes any difference?
Yes, I mean, I would say that, see, the kidneys of infants are really, we are overloading them if we are giving lot of salt and sugar to the babies,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because again, they have to, excrete, and more salt means the kidneys are working more. So no salt and no sugar for initial 1 year. Also, if we start giving salt and sugar at an early stage, I have seen that those kids become picky eaters when they grow to 2 to 3 years, because
Mm-hmm.
then they start finding taste, in the food.
Then
So
we say
prefer
that
not.
these guys have a sweet tooth. He doesn't have a sweet tooth.
So they don't have, actually. This is basically made by us only.
Okay.
The way we feed, but they have their taste development. They start picking food when they are 3 to 4 years of age.
Okay.
So, so the type of food which we are giving them till 3 years, the type of counseling which we are giving them till 3 years, actually that plays a very important role in further, because the moment they start going to school, then
Right.
only there is a exposure of food. Otherwise, so whatever we as a parents are giving, they are having that only. So at that time, we can actually control lot of things. But when they start meeting their friends, their school guys, seeing different tiffins, then they start realizing, oh, this is also one thing which I can have. So it is basically till 3 years what type of food you are giving and what type of counseling you are giving while giving that food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That will actually make them further choose their food wisely.
True.
Also, fluid is very important at the infant rate also. You know,
Okay.
I mean, if your kid is 10 kgs or 7 kgs or something, so it is like 50 ml per kg body weight is the amount of fluid or water. Any fluid, it could be coconut water, it could be soup, it could be anything, should be given to the infant along with 500 ml of milk,
Okay.
as
Okay.
in the fluid is concerned, because otherwise lot of infants have constipation,
True.
because they
True.
are not having that much of fluids.
Right. Right. Right.
So that is another thing which is very important for us to follow. the moment we
So,
start complementary feed.
sure. So let's now, get back to the another category, which is 1 to 3, because a lot of changes happened within this duration also. 1 to 1.5, again, a different stage. I will not go so deep into it, but what do you think the kind of nutrition diet which we should follow, for which it can actually develop a toddler in a right manner? What could be the diet chart in a day? What all they should eat? Should we actually focus on the weekly diet charts, or anything could be given like rotis 2 times and 1 time rice dal? What could be the
So,
right way to?
see, the moment a kid turns 1, it
Mm-hmm.
is basically that whatever food your family is having,
Mm-hmm.
they should start having the same type of food. You should not make something different for them, because then what happens that they realize that okay, they are eating something different and I am eating something different.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would say the moment your kid is 1 year, the whole family diet should be turning into a healthy diet.
True.
So 1 to 3 years of age, you have to ensure that in a whole day, you have to give your kid around 150 minimum, 150 grams, or that is 1 to 1.5 serving of fruit in a day.
Okay.
Similarly, 1 to 1.5 serving of vegetables in a day.
Okay.
Because this is the age when kids are mostly very, very active. So the carbohydrate content has to be really good,
Okay.
but please don't add sugary drinks, juices in their diet कि उसको बहुत सारा हम juice दे दें. नहीं. The
Okay.
type of carbohydrate plays a very important role. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the more complexer version the carbohydrate is, that will keep them their energy levels on a regular pace at a longer duration of time.
Mm-hmm.
1 to 3 years of age, the most important nutrients which we have to consider are protein, calcium. When we say calcium, along with calcium, it is potassium, vitamin D, phosphorus. These things should be taken care of. Zinc is very important for us, because if you have a deficiency of zinc, that first causes, appetite goes low.
Right.
And that helps you in growth. So it is, if in case your kid is not a non-vegetarian, basically non-veg stuff has got a lot of zinc. Nuts and seeds also have, but then we cannot give that much to the kids, right? So in case you feel that your kid is not eating well, they are having very, very low appetite, so what I suggest is that start giving them for a month a zinc supplement.
Okay.
That will actually help them to improve their appetite.
Okay.
Right? Other nutrient which is very important is iron. Most of the kids are susceptible to anemia, because their main food still in India is milk. When we say Indian parents, they feel हमें 1 लीटर दूध पिलाना है, which is very important.
Right.
Right?
Right. Right.
And milk is not at all having iron into it. And the kid's body cannot form iron also. So the moment they are born with 2 to 3 times the store of iron. But then gradually it starts depleting. So iron rich food is really very important.
Okay.
So the moment we say iron, along with that, it comes to vitamin C, vitamin B, folic acid, B12, and vitamin A. So these are essential nutrients which agar we say how to know how much to give. I would say if you're giving a variety of vegetables on a regular basis, on a regular basis, always ensure that before the meal, 1 hour before the meal, kid is not snacking on anything.
Okay.
If your kid stomach is even half full, they will throw the tantrum and they will not eat the healthy food. So always fix the time. I mean, what I feel is that if my kid has like 11 o'clock is a fruit time. So
Okay.
that is a fruit time. They have to eat a fruit. So I give them three options that these are the three fruits, but bhai, you have to eat a fruit. It is not in a hidden form. Usually what happens is that people say that my kid doesn't have vegetables and fruits, so I hide them into something and give it to them. But then later on, what will happen that they will not have the habit of having fruit. And we will not be hiding it all the time when they will be 6 years or 7 years. So we have to be strict. I mean, this is the period where it is a tough task for the parents, toughest task for the parents to give them a healthy diet. Right?
So Dr. Deepti, one pain point which everybody says कि मेरा बच्चा तो I think he eats only two fruits. Either could be apple or a banana. Even if I offer something else, grapes or let's say oranges, which has vitamin C, so he doesn't take. So in that case, what can we do? Should we keep giving the same repetitive fruit?
So we start giving them the food, the presentation has to be different.
Okay.
Like say if they are not eating in a regular pattern, cut the cut the bananas, put one circle of banana and on the top of it a green grape and a black grape. They are citrus, and kids like the presentation basically.
Okay.
And they need lot of attention. If we are in a hurry that eat this and then we are not sitting with them, they will not have. And the main problem with the picky eaters is that we are not able to give them that much of time, and we are not having that much of patience. They'll leave it one day, they'll leave it other day, but then they will realize that mama will not leave it. I have to eat this fruit. So tell them that these are two your favorite fruit. You'll be getting it thrice a day, but these three fruits, you will be having it. Then only you will be getting that. So you have to deal with that. Otherwise, they will not at all develop the taste of it.
True. Understood.
Right? And we have to develop a taste for the food. There's nothing like that, at that time they haven't developed any taste.
Right. I think it's very early to decide on or think like, we shouldn't be judgmental. He will not even eat this entire life.
But they will say no to 50. I mean, they will say no 15 times, 18 times. But at 20th attempt, they will have it. So that is what I'm saying, that this is the toughest task and the test for the patience for the parents.
Right. True. I agree with you.
They have to keep trying. They have to keep trying. Otherwise, I mean, later on, they will be a picky eater also, and at their adult life also, they will not have that food.
Sure.
I have seen a lot of parents coming with their daughters and sons, and because those parents were not eating certain amount of food, they have actually not introduced it to their kids. It is a very debatable thing, but then the thing is that as a parent, what is your lifestyle? Every third day, if you're ordering from outside, whether you are also eating that much amount of vegetables, you cannot force a kid to have all those stuff if you are not having it.
True.
Right?
So I'm getting few questions. If I can just ask that. So I got initially a question that what should be the frequency of giving the snacks and food? How much gap should be there?
It should be 2 to 3 hours gap. So if we are discussing 1 to 3 year diet, so you can start with your breakfast somewhere. The moment kids get up, you can give them a porridge or something like that.
Okay.
After 2 hours, you can give them a fruit.
All right.
Fruit, or you can give a boiled egg or paneer slices, something like that. If you're giving a boiled egg or a slices, add a coconut water with it, or add some smoothie with it. Lunch 1 o'clock, the way we do. For the toddlers, of course, it would be khichdi with some vegetables and things. The more nutrient dense it is, better it is. So mix everything together, a small amount of dalia, oats or rice along with some dal or some chicken grated with some vegetables
Okay.
and give it to the kid. 3 to 4 o'clock, again give some snack.
Mm-hmm.
I would say makhanas are very rich in calcium,
Okay.
and somehow 40 to 50% kids like it also. So for
True.
the munching part, you can always give them makhanas.
Okay.
You
So
know,
that
so
can be given on daily basis too.
yeah. So but the calcium, because basically this is the stage wherein calcium intake has to be really good. So you can keep it as a snack, and a second fruit also you can give at the evening time, right?
Okay.
Or you can make a soup and then give it to the kids.
All right. All right.
8:30 again their dinner time. Before sleeping, if you are in a habit of giving them milk, so you can again give them a milk, and then that's it. This is the moment your kid is a year old, this is the frequency you should feed your kid.
Sure. Another question is that how much amount of ghee or butter can be given to a toddler?
I always say a toddler should have a good fat diet. Even you should not give them toned milk. You should always prefer till the time they are 3 years old, full cream milk, because their stomach is too small. So it has to be a nutrient and calorie dense food.
Okay.
It should be somewhere around 2 to 3 teaspoons is fine. No problems with that. But don't give too much of butter and ghee because that is calorie dense. And that will keep their stomach full for a longer duration of time. Then
Mm-hmm.
at the next meal, they are not hungry. And then you will force feed them. And then they
True.
will start throwing tantrums. So lot of fat should not be as such, butter, we normally cook in butter and add 3 teaspoons of butter in mashed potatoes and
Absolutely.
do that. So it should not be that calorie dense ki next after 2 3 hours also they are full.
Sure, sure. So
Hmm.
again, one question I can see that how much quantity of seeds and dry fruits can be given, or should we give them directly so that they can keep on munching?
So, as I've told you, after 8 months, we can start on nuts and seeds. We should always start slowly, one almonds to two almonds, and then gradually we can go to 5 to 6 almonds, one walnut. Seeds are really very important, especially sesame, pumpkin, sunflower. So, the moment your kid can chew things.
Mm-hmm.
What you can do is you can just dry roast all the seeds, make a powder of out of it, and then with some binding agent, could be jaggery, could be dates, which you can just blend it up. You can make a small balls which are really soft because they have
Understood.
teeth. In between, you can give them, which is like a very calorie dense, and it is very rich in omega 3. Seeds are also rich in zinc.
Yeah, yeah.
These are
Sure.
the things which they should munch on. One thing which I actually want to tell all the parents is that please don't give them lot of chips, packaged food.
Yeah.
This happens at my place also. I mean, I
Yeah.
have two daughters, and Nana Nani, Mama Mami, they will come with lot of chocolates, chips,
Chocolates and chips. Yeah.
and they feel really bad when I say ki, no, they're not allowed to have that.
Yeah.
So they'll forcibly say no. From my hand, they will have this. So I would say these are the things which are the start for the junk food for the kids,
True.
right? So
So
be a
again, my question to you is that how do we balance that? Because even if we are, they're allowed to have one chocolate, or I mean, how much they can actually digest or eat, the 2 or 3 year toddler.
I would say that there is no point in saying that how much they can digest or eat.
So there is
Uh,
no permission.
So no, permission is there. The total calories. I mean, one serving of any junk food is fine, but that junk food should not be chips, should not be French fries or cutlets or samosas from outside. Try and
Okay.
understand the type of fat they use for frying. You know,
Hmm.
if we are using the same oil for a longer duration of time, it has got lot of trans fat, right? And for
Right.
the kids to digest that trans fat is really, really difficult. And when I go into the line, KFC में kids are standing with their French fries, McDonald's they are standing, and parents
Yeah.
are buying them chips. So these are actually really very, very harmful for their digestive system.
Sure.
So junk food is fine, but the same French fries, if you're making it at home, they are okay. Outside chips, try, and I mean that is one thing which is again not giving anything and is harming the baby. So these are the things which I personally feel, I say straight away no to parents, that okay, fine, when they are outside there is no option. Okay, cold drinks, cold coffees with lot of caffeine, they have to have good amount of calcium and iron. But if they are having cold coffees rich in caffeine or cold drinks rich in caffeine, the absorption of all those things doesn't happen,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So this is where we have to keep a control, that once in a month, okay. But other than that, we have to be strict on that.
Sure. Got your point. So I think
Yeah.
it's a learning for all the mothers who are listening to it. They might not give it to their babies for at least 1 week now.
So I can give you my example. When my first daughter was born, I mean, till 3 years, she never tasted a chocolate. She never tasted a chips. She always used to say, "This is for mama, this is not for me."
Wow, that's a
And
statement.
then she went to the school. And within a year, she started having chocolates.
Oh my God.
And the chips and the French fries. I mean, I didn't introduce anything. I taught her everything. But the moment she went to the school, her school
Mhm.
timings were from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and she started having everything. Then there was a task for me to counsel her that, beta, this is not good for you. And for her to understand it, if my friend's mama is giving her in the tiffin, so this should be healthy. If mama is giving muffin in the tiffin, it should be healthy. Why are you saying no to me? क्या उसकी
Mhm.
मम्मा अच्छी नहीं है? मैंने कहा नहीं बेटा, this is not the thing. So basically, it is a regular counseling you have to do. It's not that ki, it's a continuous process.
It is actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I can actually understand that's going to be very, very difficult for the mothers when the kids grow up actually.
Yeah,
So
so with every phase we have a challenge actually.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I have another question. My son is chewing well. He has big time hate to texture like chicken and fish. His age is 2. So basically, she wants to know what she can do about it.
He likes chicken and fish.
Yeah, no, my son is chewing well. He has big time hate to texture like chicken. His age is 2. I think she wants
To
him
give chicken.
to have chicken and fish.
So see, then they can give it in a different form, because obviously chicken is really good for the iron content and the protein part. And if she wants to give it, wait for a moment. If you have tried for once or twice, I mean, if it was a chicken curry, give him a grilled chicken into smaller pieces, or make a cutlet with grated chicken into it, or you can try a chicken soup with blended chicken into it. So there are so many recipes which we can try onto it, and then gradually, I guess he'll start. Don't worry.
Cool. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think we are done with a lot of questions, and even if we follow this much, that will be very, very good for everyone. So
Yeah.
thanks so much, Dr. Deepti. It was really a great pleasure having you here once again, and I'm always glad to listen to you because I'm going to apply all that on my son too.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Lovely talking
Thanks
to
so
you
much.
and sharing the. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks so much. Thanks so
Yeah.
much, Dr. Deepti. Bye-bye.